Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, it's all praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who made us all join together again in spite of the weather conditions. It's also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's rahmah. Alhamdulillah. So as the program is, we are going to do the homework which was given last Sunday, and then this Surah Al-Fatiha with the word meaning, and then the dua which was mentioned last sitting, and then inshallah after that we'll proceed. And we want to the groups are okay. How many are in each table?
So I think we just set in groups of at least 3, 4, 5.
3.
If you do 4, so you guys join our board. Like 4. Yes. So I think just to explain, what we should do is to go through Surah Fatiha. Each person should take about 3 minutes. And if you haven't memorized it, that's okay. Just look and read. So you say the Arabic word and the English meaning of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So one by one, each table, go through it.
We are all teachers and we are all students.
الله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام ميم. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون إن الذين كفروا سواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم. صدق الله العظيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون أولئك على هدى من ربهم وأولئك هم المفلحون إن الذين كفروا سواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم غشاوة ولهم عذاب عظيم صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah Imam Hassan for most beautiful kharaf, and alhamdulillah. So these are the tajweed rules as well for our makharij. And like Imam has said, So we have to follow those rules, inshallah. And this is to next week's homework. Work toward translation of the 7 ayah, inshallah. And we have done the dua. Have everybody recited the dua?
Everybody's already done.
Already done now. Next thing.
So next thing is behind you on the screen. So
this is the dua. We have to remember, memorize it for next week. It's narrated. If one says this is La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu lahul mulk wa lahul hamd wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. This is, most of us already know it, but this is the time for us to make sure that what we are reciting and what is the benefit of this dua. La ilaha illallah, there is no God except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wahdahu la sharika lahu, he is on his own and there is no partners to him. Lahul mulk, everything, all the palaces, worlds, universe, everything belongs to him. Walahul hamd, and all praises to him. Wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir, and he is the one who is on the top and authority, and everything is under his control. And this is narrated by Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu ta'ala, and this is in Sahih Muslim and Sahih Bukhari. There are about 3 or 4 places in Sahih Muslim and Sahih Bukhari about this hadith. One is that whoever does this, recite this 100 times in a day, and if you make it a habit, it's very easy. While traveling, while you are doing work, while you are at home, while you are sitting, and anytime. And you don't have to have a beat to count this 100. I'll tell you the simplest thing which I do. Like you do the tasbih. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in one finger. Okay? So one hand, 5 into 4 is 20. This is another 20. 20 and 20, 40. And then you do 1, 2, 3, moving the fingers. 5 and 5, this becomes 10. So 40 and 10 are 50. So if you do slowly this both hands, and then there's like this 50. Repeat it again, 100. So La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu lahul mulk wa lahul hamdu yuhyi wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. 100 times. What's the benefit of doing in 100 times? It will take like 5-10 minutes. 100 times. What is the benefit of this? As if there is no slavery now, but you know you can still get the reward of freeing a slave. This is the beauty. These days, when there is no slave, if you had a slave and you give freedom to, how much reward you are going to get? But nowadays we don't have slavery as such to have a slave for us. But if you do that, you are going to get the reward of freeing 10 slaves. Imagine at the time of the Sahaba and Tabi'in who had the slave, if they gave one slave away, freedom, how much reward they used to get. Now you are going to get the reward of freeing 10 slaves. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's barakah. And then your 100 sins are wiped away. We don't know how many sins we perform without knowing. Might be when we know that we have done a sin, we realize what they have done, I have to have repentance. Could be there are so many times you are committing sins and you don't even know. But if you do that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to wipe away 100 sins. And then, not only that, then your minus balance that was going on, that is corrected now. When it is corrected, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to give you 100 virtues. Now the balance is going up. So 10 slaves reward, 100 sins gone, 100 virtues gain. This is the benefit of this. And another hadith, again, these are the hadiths from Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, and Tirmidhi, but authentic books. Another hadith says that whoever does it 10 times, 10 times, and it's very easy. If you do it 10 times, then as if you are freeing 4 slaves from the children of Bani Ismail. Ismail Islam's children, they were by chance became slaves, and you got all under your power, and then you have freed 4 slaves. Just doing this 10 times. What I do is after Fajr, once I finish this one, I do 10 times. That's my habit. I made it after Fajr doing. But during the day times, try and do 100 times. That's good. And one more hadith, this is very, very easy for us to remember. Every salah, you do Subhanallah, 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 Alhamdulillah, 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 Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. After that, if you do one time, La ilaha illallah, wahdahu la sharika lahu, lahul mulk wa lahul hamd, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Only one time. This is again in a hadith says that that person's sins will be wiped away even if their quantity is compared to the quantity of the bubbles or froth on the ocean. Subhanallah. So these are the benefits, these are things given to us, and these golden chances for us if you want to continue and then concentrate on these things. This is very, very important for us to remember. So next, La ilaha illallah, wa'adahu la sharika lahu, lahul mulk wa lahul hamd, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. People said that this is, you are making, you call it as a dua, but this is just a praise. You haven't asked anything. But the beauty is that when you praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His exalted highness, then He's not going to just listen and keep quiet. If you praise somebody, what happens? If somebody who is in high authority, you just praise him. So you just not to say, okay, you are praised. No, he said, he has praised me for something. He wants something. So give it. One of the stories I read was a person went to a very rich person and asked for something, and that person gave something very meager. He took it and then he brought a spade, and he had a beautiful big door of the palace. He started digging, and the noise came in and said, what's happening? You know that the peasant who came asking for something, and you gave it, and he came back with a spade. And he called him, what happened? You came and I gave you something, and you're using the spade to break my door. He said, well, this door shows that this is like a palace and a big place. And I came and you gave me something like this. So I want to replace this door, put a small door, so that I expect that you are going to give me a meager thing. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's not going to give you something simple. Whenever you make a dua, you say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I am making this dua according to my status. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you reward me according to your status. उर्दू में बोलते अल्लाह मैं अपनी हैसियत से मांग रहा हूँ और अल्लाह आप अपनी शान के लिहाज से मुझे अता करिए. I am asking according to my status, but reward me according to your high status. So whenever you praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are making dua, you are asking for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's grace, inshallah.
Next. After this is inshallah.
We are going to have Isha. Inshallah, after Isha, we'll come back again for tafsir and the explanation of the hadith.
8:15.
8:15, inshallah. Jazakallah. Jazakallah, Imam Hassan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And now we are going to do the hadith and then tafsir of the surah. And this is hadith number 3 in this is أبي عبد الرحمن عبد الله بن عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله تعالى عنه قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول بني الإسلام على خمس شهادة أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمد رسول الله وإقام الصلاة وإيتاء الزكاة وحج بيتي وصوم رمضان. This is in both books, Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, and when this hadith comes, if it is in both these authentic, we call that these are from Sahihain, that both Sahih Muslim and Sahih Bukhari. The meaning, as most of us understand, is that Bunyan Islam Khumsi, the basic of our deen is 5. Some people translate 5 pillars. I have a little bit of objection to say pillars, because pillars means if you construct a building with pillars, if one of the pillars falls, still the building will be standing on 4 pillars. But what I say is that the Shahada Allah ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammad Rasulullah, this is the foundation. I don't call it as a pillar. This is the foundation. On this foundation there are 4 pillars. I'll give you an example. If these are 5 pillars, one pillar falls, the building is still there. Can we let Shahada fall and then have 4 pillars? There is no building, no religion, no Imam. If the Shahada is gone, your deen is gone. But if you are doing the Shahada, but if you miss Salah, or Saum, or Zakat, or Hajj, still you are a Muslim and a Mu'min. So that's what I wanted to explain. The Shahada is the foundation and basis. Without the foundation and basis, there are no pillars. So the Shahada is the basis, and then there are 4 pillars. And the first one comes is As-Salah. Because as soon as you do the Shahada, the first most important thing is Salah. Because Salah, there are exceptions for other things. Like for Saum, there are exceptions. There are conditions where you can be allowed not to fast. For Zakah is only for some person who has got enough money. Hajj is there for man istata'a ilayhi sabila. Only he has got the means to perform the Hajj, then he can perform that. But for Salah, no exceptions. If you cannot perform the Salah standing, perform sitting. If you cannot sit and perform the Salah lying. In medical terms, we call it quadriplegia. Hemiplegia is somebody who has got lost control of the both legs. You have found some paralyzed person. Quadriplegia is that person who has paralysis of 4 limbs. Even for that person, there is no exception of Salah. He has to perform the Salah with the movement of his eyes. When the time of Salah comes, we have to perform the Salah. So there is no exception. The Salah is the most important thing. One thing to remember, that when Rasulullah went in Miraj, he was rewarded, and it was his very high position. And the most important thing was given to him is As-Salah. Salah was given 50 of them, but because of asking reduction, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reduced it to 5, but he says, La tabdila kalimatillah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's words are not going to be changed. I told you about 50, you perform 5, I'm going to give the reward of 50. So that's the beauty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Rasulullah was in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, having a conversation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this was explained in At-Tahiyyat. Rasulullah and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are talking. If you are given a very high position, invited to a palace, to queen or president or very high person, you are talking to them, you are in that person's presence. How highly elevated you feel. Oh, I am being in the presence of so and so, and I spoke to. Imagine 5 times every day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you a chance to stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and a conversation between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going. if you really want to enjoy the benefit of Salah, the taste of beautiful Salah, do it in Tahajjud time. At least do 2 rakat. Wake up before the Fajr Salah comes. Everybody, the whole world is sleeping and enjoying. You have done the wudu and you are standing just doing 2 rakat and thinks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in your front. And then you see, with concentration, I'm sure you are going to enjoy the Salah. And the taste of the Salah is different to the rest of the times you are performing in the congregation and so on and so forth. Your concentration is different. But when you are alone, when everybody is sleeping, standing in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and performing the Salah, the beauty is there. That's the Salah. And then comes the Salah, Zakah. Zakat will always come with the Salah. Iqam Salah wa Ita Zakah. There's 31 times or so in the Quran, they come as come. So very, very important thing for us to remember is as soon as the Salah comes, the Zakat is there, and the Saum and Hajj, these are all, inshallah, when the time comes, when the month of Ramadan is coming, great explanation of this Saum and benefits and the rewards will be discussed. Zakah also, this is for people who have got enough money. And Hajj, the beauty is only farz once in a lifetime. The farz is once and the sunnah is once. Rasulullah performed the Hajj only one time. If he would have performed like 10 times, people will think that sunnah is to perform 10 times. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it easy, perform it once, and this sunnah is also to perform once. I don't want to go in much details into the hadith, but this is something you have to concentrate, understand that our deen has consist of these very, very important 5 points, and we have to concentrate. Shahada is the belief. If the belief is the most important thing, the belief is that it is from your words, tongue, from your heart, and from your actions. If you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then follow the footstep of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One thing is that the ibadah is only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Apart from the ibadah, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, don't separate them. Atiullah wa atiur Rasul. Obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and obey the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And love the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Love the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Says that whoever has got the iman and yaqeen, they should love our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, you have to love me more than anything else in your life. Umar ibn Khattab radhiyallahu ta'ala, when he had, I love you, Rasul sallallahu more than everything in my life except myself, because I have to think about myself. He said, no, Umar, unless you love me more than your own self, you haven't got the iman. Then he paused for a minute. I said, I love you more than myself. He said, that is the proof of the iman. So iman is very, very important thing for us to remember and follow all these, concentrate on all the pillars, bases, and things which constitute your religion. Inshallah. I'm sorry about the time.
That's fine.
It's fine?
It's fine.
Okay. Then we'll concentrate on the tafsir of whatever Imam Hassan has recited. Surah Al-Baqarah, very, very important thing. What we did was, last time we did Surah Al-Fatiha. Praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, telling him he is God, he is the master of the universe, and he is Ar-Rahman, he is Ar-Rahim. And then Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. We said that we worship you alone and we seek help and request from you alone. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim, the right path. And then we said the right path of the one who had bestowed your ni'mah and blessing and guidance and so on and so forth, but not the path of those ones who have gone astray or earned your anger. When you made this dua Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in response to this dua, He said, okay, you want hidayah, guidance, I am giving you this. The whole Qur'an is the essence of the dua we made in Surah Al-Fatiha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, you want ihtinas sirat al-mustaqim, you want hidayah, this is the book of hidayah. This is the guidance given. This is Surah Al-Baqarah starting. The whole Quran itself is given to us in response to the Surah Al-Fatiha we are the dua. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله ألف لام ميم. These are and we don't know the meaning of this. And this is a code between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Jibreel salam was the one who brought the wahi. When he brings the wahi, he knows what the wahi is. Except these. Then he said, Alif Lam Mim to Rasulullah sallam, and Rasulullah sallam recited. And then Jibreel salam asked, I don't know what the meaning is. Rasulullah sallam said, you don't have to know the meaning. This is between me and my Allah. So in Jibreel salam, the one who is bringing the wahi, he doesn't know what it means. And for us also, we don't have to go into the details, because when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't want us to know, and Rasulullah never explained what it means, we don't have to go to trying to find out what these means. Hurufu muqatta'at. There are so many surah starting with hurufu muqatta'at, and this is the Surah Al-Baqarah itself is starting with Surah Al-Baqarah. Zalika al-kitab. Zalika, for that. Haza is this. If it is something near, you say haza. Something far away, zalika. So why zalika is used? Not that this is the book I am giving to you. No, that is the book. Means you wanted the hidayah, that is the book of hidayah giving to you. So this zalika is used in Arabic for something to give importance to where something you ask or you could request it, or something which is very important for you. So that is Zalik al-Kitab. Al-Kitab, the beauty is that during the time of Rasulullah and the early period, when Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala was made the Khalifa, there was no book. Okay? So this is for us. This is again the miracle of Qur'an. There is no book, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions book. And now for us it is the book now. This is the miracle. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing that I told the book at that time, but there was no book. But now you people know there is a book. La rayba fi. There is no doubt about it. So you don't have to worry. Because people were saying that, oh, what is this type of book? And is this the authentic book? Is this the right book? It has got the right guidance, or so and so. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, no, you don't have to worry. There is no doubt about this being the book and the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Al-Quran Al-Karim itself says that if you have doubt, if this is not a book, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bring another book like this. Some time passed, nobody said. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Al-Quran Al-Karim, okay, bring one surah or 10 surahs like this. No. At least he said, okay, at least bring one surah to compete with my book. Surah Al-Kawthar is only 3 ayah. Inna a'tainaka al-Kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar inna sha'niyaka huwal abtar. Bring at least three ayah, one surah. They could not take the channel. They put it in one of the stories, say that they put it for they were at the time Arabic poets, masters of the language. They could look at any of the poems and they used to correct those poems. So somebody put Inna atainaka al-Kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar inna sha'niyaka huwal abtar. That time that poet did not accept Islam at that time, but he was a master of the poetry and the language. He read it, and he read it, and he read it, spent all day, and came back. إِنَّا أَعْطَيْنَاكَ الْكَوْثَرَ فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ إِنَّ شَأْنِيَكَ هُوَ الْأَبْتَرُ مَا كَانَ كَلَامُ الْبَشَرِ. He said that this is not the word of any human being. This is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the beauty of Al-Qur'an al-Kareem. لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. This is the guidance for al-muttaqin. Who are the muttaqin? These are the people on the top. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم. The highest status given, Akram means Kiran, reverence. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says the highest reverence given to the humankind are the one who have got taqwa, muttaqin. So who are muttaqin? The highest status. But he says, Hudan lil muttaqin. The one who is already in the highest status, who is performing every good deeds, why Hidayah is coming to them? Hidayah should be coming to haven't got taqwa, who are committing sins and not obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala should give guidance to them, not to the muttaqin. But the explanation is that when they ask by muttaqin, then it was explained that, when the rain comes, the rain can come on a stone or a very dry land. In drought, have you seen sometimes pictures in remote parts in Africa and somewhere where there is no rain for days and months, and the land becomes very hot. And they say if you pour the water moves away from that because the soil is so hot. So to get the benefit of rain, the farmers, they cultivate, make the hard earth softer so that it can accept the rain and the waters, the benefit is going to come. So this guidance is coming to the people who have got soft heart and have got understanding of the deen, who are practicing deen, and the guidance is coming to them. Because even if you are in the highest status, the shaitan is enemy number one. He's made a pledge that he is going to misguide the children of Adam. So it doesn't matter what highest status you are, you have to seek the guidance. And the guidance is going to come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even if you do any good virtuous deed. Say, Alhamdulillah allazi hadana li hadha wa ma kunna linahtadiya lawla hadana Allah. I have done this good deed not because of myself. It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided me to do this. Otherwise, doing any good things, these things, I have done this good deed. No. This is the guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who guided you to do this thing. Otherwise, with your own self, you would not have done this good deed. So that is Hudal al-Muttaqin. Alladhina yu'minuna bil ghaib. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explaining what are the qualities of muttaqin. There are many qualities, but in this surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just mentioning few. Alladhina yu'minuna bil ghaib. They have got faith and belief in the unseen. The whole of our iman is on unseen. Belief on unseen. What is unseen? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, iman billah, amana rasulu bima unzila ilayhi min rabbi wal kulluna amana billahi wa malaikati wa kutubihi wa rusulihi wal yawmil akhir wa qadri khairin min Allah ta'ala wa bil akhir. So the iman is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and all the prophets, whether we know the names or not. We believe that all the prophets sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is our belief that they were the prophets. And the angels, all angels, whether we know the names of only few angels, but there are all angels are subhanahu wa ta'ala's creation. So all the prophets, whether we know the names or not, the only thing to remember is we believe in all the prophets Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent. Somebody declares himself to a prophet. If you accept him as a prophet, then your iman is gone. If you refuse one of the prophets, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent, your iman is gone. Similarly, if you accept somebody who is not a prophet as a prophet, your iman is gone. So this is very important for us to remember. Iman and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all the prophets, all the angels, all the books are also ghaib. You say, oh, Torah is there, Bible is there. Why do you classify as ghaib? Because the real Torah and real Injil, they are no longer there. They are from the ghaib. They have disappeared. Now what we have seen is something which all, part of it is there, part of it is all that mixed up into it. Fabricated, not the real thing, which people sold to add the ayah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, na'uzubillah, saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, don't sell my ayah for few monetary benefit. La tashtaru bi'ayatillahi samanan qalila. And they wrote that this is in the book of Allah. They brought the money, the landlords or the king or so gave so much. This is, we don't want to happen. We will like this thing. So the scholars of Bani Israel, they added this, showing that this is part of the revelation given to Musa alayhi salam. Astaghfirullah. And then yuqimuna salah. So as I said, the salah comes immediately after iman. Once you have the iman, the first thing comes is salah. And this is not saying that just perform the salah. Wa yuqimuna salah. Establish salah. Salah is not something that when you think of doing, do it. If you don't think, no. You must do it all the time. All the time. Never miss. But I'm not going to say about the details about what happens if you miss one salah. Then what is the punishment? So, inshallah, some other time. And give from whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to you. That is zakat, charity, sadaqah, everything. And you are not giving of your own. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَا, which I gave it to you. Sometimes with the children, what happens is you are playing and you give something to the child, a pound or something, and then they hold it and they are playing, and then you say, can I have? And they say, no, I don't want to give. This is given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you don't want to spend in what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants. Zakat is something which is a must. But charity and sadaqah is also, it is not made a must, but make it a must on yourself, rather than forcing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tell your nafs, this has not been forced. If it has made a compulsory thing, I might have not done it. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a chance at taking that, okay, this is given to you, but spend in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ وَمَا أُنزِلَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ. And they believe in the books which have been revealed before you and to you. This is, the Mufassirin says, this differentiation between the mushrikeen who accepted Islam from Mecca and Medina, and also the people of the book. For the mushrikeen, all the people who accepted Islam, they were not Ahl Kitab. For them, just believe in the book given to you, the Prophet Muhammad, that's the Qur'an al-Karim. And for the Ahl Kitab who accepted Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying that these people are going to accept the books revealed to your prophets also. This is part for us to remember, because this is a wahi from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we have to accept any wahi coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's word and guidance to. And remember that after that it doesn't say anything revealed before you and anything is going to be revealed after you. Because Rasulullah is Khatamun Nabi. There is no prophet coming after Rasul Sallallahu, so there is no wahi coming after Rasul Sallallahu. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stopped. For what is given to you and what was given to before you. And it doesn't say that if it says after you, then you have to expect another prophet to come to wahi come. Because Musa said that after me, my brother is going to come and he is going to explain to you. And Isa also in So the Saf, he says, in Badismuhu Ahmad. A prophet is going to come by the name of Ahmad to follow. But Rasulullah never mentioned any other prophet coming. He said, I am Khatamun Nabi, there is no prophet coming. Anybody declares himself as a prophet, we are not accepting it because Al-Qur'an says so. Lastly, min qabli wa bil akhirati hum yuqinun, and they believe in the akhirah. This is very important thing. The important point for us to remember is when the akhirah comes, the word humanism is not used. We have faith on akhirah, no. Yaqeen is used. Yaqeen is more important. This is multiplying our faith. Not only we are accepting it, but we are accepting it like 100% or even more than that. Because when you have the yaqeen of akhirah, your amal is going to change. When you think that, okay, one day I have to stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm going to give all my book of deed records and so on and so forth, then your life changes. So Iman, once you have Iman in your heart, that it should reflect in the form of Amal Saleh. That is the proof you have got Iman. But if you say I have got Iman, but your activities and actions are not according to the Iman, then there is some weakness on your Iman. But once your Iman is strong, it should show the flourishing. It's like a tree, properly watered and properly given the food requirements, it flourishes and fruits and flowers comes. But if there is a tree, should be bearing flowers and fruits, nothing comes out, there's something wrong in this tree. It's not getting proper water or food or something. But the tree is getting the water and the food and everything, then the tree will start giving flowers and fruits. So our Iman should show in the reflection with Amal Saleh. Inshallah, we're going to finish now, and any question you can ask, but remember, I'm grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us come together even in spite of the heavy snow and heavy conditions, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made us easy for us to all join, and His blessing and ni'mah is that we came here. We spent time in understanding the Qur'an and understanding the dua and showing love to our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us and give us. And if we have made any mistakes of any shortcomings, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive our mistakes. And remember about the dua, we remember, make it from now onwards. At least 10 times. Slave, the reward of giving freedom to 4 slaves belonging to the children of Ismail alayhi salam. If you do 100 times, Jazakallah. बिहम्दिका नशहदु ला इलाहा इल्ला अंता नस्तगफिरुका।
अभी अपने 4 किए 7 करना। 4 किए अब शूट कर रहे हैं। 7 आया उस पे रुकू होता है। ये सिर्फ
रजुलन लिशैतान। Jazakallah. This was the main aspect, but they are, as I'm going to just these are the ones, the explanation given in all these conditions, these are the ones who are on the right path. Who these conditions were given, Iman bil Ghaib is there, and they are performing the salah, giving this charity, spending money, and have faith on the last day of the day of judgment and the akhirah. And these are the people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that you ask for the hidayah, you act upon this, you are going to be on the right path. Inna allazina kafaru sawa'un alayhim anzartum am lam tunzirhum la yu'minun khatama Allahu ala qulubihim wa ala sam'ihim wa ala absarihim ghishawatun wa lahum azabun. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's sunnah is that when He mentions about the mu'minin, He mentions about the kafirin also. When He mentions about the hell, He always mentions about the Jannah. So this is the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When He mentions one, Nazir and Bashir, there are 2 things. Anzar means you are warning them, but the warning is like you warn somebody who likes, who loves them, saying that don't do this, if you touch the live wire, this is going to cause trouble to you. Don't put your mobile with current and keep it in your ears while sleeping. During the sleep, you switch, then there might be harmful effect. So you are warning somebody who you love. So this is giving warning to the person who loves you. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that even if you warn them, they are not going to accept your warning or whatever your guidance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that the Prophet's main function, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent all the prophets, is to convey the message. And the prophets used to love to convey. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that although you have got the love, you have got the enthusiasm to say, but there are some type of people, it doesn't matter whatever you say, they are not going to accept. Because they have made their mind. They know that you are a prophet. They know that the book is given from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they have made a point that they don't want to accept. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, when they have made this a point, then I am going to put seal on their heart, on their ears, on their eyes. They are not going to have anything. In one of the hadiths, it says that a person commits sins, a black dot is put on his heart. And if he doesn't repent, the dot continues. He makes second sin, another dot. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and continues. The whole heart is covered with dot and black, and nothing, no hidayah is going to come to that person. So you are not saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forcefully stopped the hidayah. No, Allah says that because they have decided themselves they don't want to learn or accept the hidayah, then Allah says, because of their decision, I am going to stop. Even if they want to understand later on, because they stopped in the beginning and they decided not to have. Like Nuh alayhi salam made the dua before the whole thing came. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, don't give guidance to these people now. I have spent 930 years teaching and they don't want to accept. Now at the last minute, don't get the hidayah. Same thing, Musa alayhi salam asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Pharaoh did not accept. Now, please don't let him accept your hidayah now. So two prophets, Musa alayhi salam and Nuh alayhi salam, made this dua for the guidance not to come to Pharaoh or the people of Nuh alayhi salam, because they rejected 930 years. So that's what happens. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that because they decided not to accept, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, there is a sealing for their ears, for their hearts. And ghishawa means a curtain over their eyes, because they won't be able to see. Abu Lahab was there, Abu Jahl was there. They knew Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam as the relation. Abu Lahab was the uncle. He knew very, very closely how he was. Before the age of 40, they used to say, As-Sadiq al-Amin, 100% belief on this person. But once he started saying this, they know this truth, but they say, we don't want to change our custom, whatever our fathers and forefathers used to believe. So they decided not. And people came, Bilal from Habash, Salman from the Persia, he came, far away people come and they look and they got the hidayah. And the person who were the relation and they spent all their life with the Rasulullah never accepted. So because they made up their mind. Even the Yehudi of Medina, they also did not accept, because they made it a point that we know he is true, but if we accept, nobody is going to come to us for any questions. Nobody is going to bring presents to us. If we accept he is the prophet, they will all go to him. The Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that they know you as they know their children are better than their children, but they don't want to accept. So if they don't want to accept, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stop the guidance. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Sorry about that, I sometimes go more away from the real points and did more away. So pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guidance to me and to you and everybody to accept whatever we present and reward us, because we don't deserve any reward, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are kind and we look forward for your reward to come. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka. Homework, remember? memorize the dua. Inshallah, my thoughts are that everybody knows this dua, inshallah, but that is your homework for next time, do it now. And memorize the word of the word, 1 to 7 ayah, and if that is going to go smoothly, I would like to increase the ayah, not to limit to 7, but we'll go to like 20, or if everybody is comfortable, we go to 25. We can increase so that we don't have to delay to come to the end of the Qur'an for a long span, because we don't know how long our lives are. We try and move forward but at the same time, we don't want to wash it out, making it so easy. We have to concentrate. It doesn't matter 7 ayah or 20 ayah, we have to concentrate and remember and memorize the word-to-word translation. I'm not giving the root words because in the beginning, I want everybody to go smoothly, then later on we can add, and also remember that our tajweed has to improve. Because the best thing is, وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا, according to this, because sometimes we say some words and the meaning can be completely different because of our pronunciation. So try and concentrate on that. Jazakallah.